So hey, what's up, guys? This is John Phoenix. What's up, guys? This is John Phoenix, and I was just thinking, so many things going through my mind, and how people have been reacting onto me is with awe. And through this journey in semen retention, I actually learned one thing: just because people are staring at you or looking at you doesn't mean that they want to have communication with you or a relationship with you, depending on who it is. Like if it's a girl, don't assume just because she's looking at you that she likes you and she wants to have sex with you and this and that. And don't assume that when people look at you, they want to talk to you. All right. So I'm Mexican, so right here, in Mexico, we call it one thing when people are weird, and that's called raro. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, raro in English, rare. Well, people look at you because they haven't seen you. That's why you're called rare. That's called why. Basically, weird is another definition of rare. So it's you're rare, and people look at you and they're amazed because you're a beast. Like if you're really on senior attention, if you're doing everything right, and you're going to the Lord, basically, because you cannot do this by yourself. I mean, you need the Lord because there's so many trials, so many darts that the enemy throws. Who's our enemy? Satan and spiritual demons around us. And this gets flooded with so many things, with so many external ideas basically implanted onto you. So they're throwing like those darts, those darts. So what makes you different is actually your communion with God. Because now that you're on semen retention, it's like your mind is open, your heart is open, you see things differently. But if you were just doing that and not searching for God at the same time, the changes are gonna be minimal. So let's say right here you do it on your own strength, right? Just on similar attention, and it's fine. You're doing a good thing for yourself. It actually helps your mind, your body, helps your confidence. It helps you. You basically need it as a man. You need to retain your seed, right? And you know there's so many benefits. You know them. And if you don't know them, then you need to go and experience what those benefits are. But in order for you to be a real man, you need to have some time of continence and retaining your seed. It's fine. I will say it's fine. I don't see like the effects being so different from retaining for 90 days for 180 and just busting out once a month. Like if you're basically doing it every day, it's gonna be so much of a benefit for you to just really hold it in for 1 month. Do that for 1 month. Just hold it in for 1 month, right? Make all the difference. you're gonna like the benefits. You're gonna like who you are. And once you go back to doing whatever you were doing, let's say you do it, a month has passed by, and you just bust it off, right? Let it go. You're gonna see the difference. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you mentally, spiritually, physically. It's gonna hurt you mentally because you know you weren't supposed to be basically just throwing it away. Like let's say you do have a wife and you have to have sex with her. Good. Then no shame on that, right? Like that's fine. That doesn't affect your mind unless if you really, really did want to hold it in and wanted to have sex with her, but you wanted to hold it in, then this is gonna affect you mentally. So it's that's the first way that it's gonna affect you mentally, and the other second way that is gonna really affect you mentally is when you masturbate to some woman on the internet or whatever it is you're jacking up to, right? That's basically on you. But it's really gonna affect your mind because basically it's like in the first circumstance you were supposed to hold it in and you basically didn't. So now it's like you had like you really wanted to see the benefits of more than whatever 30 days at this time. But let's say you set it out at 45 and then you busted it out at 35 and then there's like 10 more days left and it's like, no, it does hurt you mentally. And even when you're done, like let's say you get to the 45 days, you bust a nut, but you don't do it to your wife, you do it to porn. It's gonna affect you mentally because you know you weren't supposed to do it, and it's gonna be hunting you. It's gonna be like, oh, my benefits are gone. Oh, and you're gonna see the difference. Basically, it's not like my benefits are gone because your mind actually changes. Your perception actually changes. Basically, all your cells basically change. And it's like, as I think about it, it's not. They don't change. They weaken. You see the difference. So you're gonna like the benefits. You're gonna keep on retaining, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, this feels great at 30 days," and it's gonna be so much of a difference if you're basically just busting a nut not once a day. Like that'd be like still crazy. But there's some people who do it a couple of times a day. But you're gonna see a difference on holding your nut for 30 days, bro. Seriously, like it took me forever to basically get there in 30 days because in the beginning, like when I started doing semen retention, yeah, I will hold it in for like sometimes 3 days, sometimes 7 days. Like I will set my mark always at 30 days. I will set my mark at 30 days. But sometimes I will fall back and do it in 3 days, do it in 7 days. Like it got to a point where I was constantly just once a week, once a week, once a week, and I couldn't get over that. Then it happened that like I did it once to 21st day. Oh, bro, I saw the difference. Like literally, I saw the difference. And when I got the taste of those 21 days, bro, I can't get enough of it. Literally, it's not that I become rare and people basically they see a beast and since it's a beast, like let's say you see a deer in the forest. That's a nice deer. Then you see a bear in the forest. Oh crap! I'm gonna run, but you're scared because you know what a bear is capable of doing unto you, right? So you run because of that. But you're not surprised that that animal is there. But let's say you see a beast. Let's say you see a beast in the wild, maybe. It depends on the size of it. I would actually think. Let's say you saw a really big beast. And we're talking. I was joking, right? Like I am a beast, but like, let's say you saw that in the wild, so we're gonna hold on to that. But it depends on the size of it, right? So if it's really small, you're gonna be curious, want to go grab it or know what it is. If it's cute, oh, you want to have it. But let's say it's weird and it's small, but at the same time it's like freaky. Like sometimes you see a snail, right, with its covering. I would say shell, house, whatever. But let's say you wouldn't want to touch it. That'd be kind of nasty. There's some people that would touch it, but I guess I wouldn't. So let's say you see something weird like that, a beast weird like that. You're still gonna be curious. You're gonna trap it because you've seen it before, right? And you have the capability of trapping it. But let's say you see a beast, a big beast that is able to kill you, a beast that is able to kill you, you would probably still be in awe of it. And if it came charging at you, you would probably run away. But let's say the beast, yeah, it was intimidating. It had the ability to kill you, but it just stood there. Would you run away? Some people would, but most people they would be intrigued because they don't know what it is. At least I think I would because if people saw, I don't know, like something that they never seen before, they would probably get scared, right? But let's say it just the beast was there. And I wasn't charging Adrian, just doing its own thing, and everybody saw you and just keep doing it keeps doing its own thing, right? It's just that's how different you become as human potential. You could become, you probably even see a cheer of God, right? And that'd be like staying. But if you saw a chariot of God, wouldn't you want to be close to it? At the same time, even if you were scared, but you know God wouldn't. Like, let's say it depends on your conscience with God, but I'll be anonymous. And I know it's something out of this world, and that's what basically God makes you person attention. You need to hold in your seed. You're gonna be glowing like a cherry of gold. Something out of this dimension. And since you're going out of this dimension, the enemy doesn't like that. Because in this dimension, the enemy could basically control you. And since you're going out of this dimension to basically God, and since you have the power of God within you, you can basically control the enemy. It's not through your strength, because it says it's not by power nor by might, but by my power system. So basically, it's God holding you, and there's a favor over you. Literally, there's a favor over you when you hold your seed. It's like I think God put in to us that that's what we're supposed to do. This is what gives us life, and it's like a fountain. It's like a fountain, man, and it depends on you where you want to throw it off at. It's just till you're thirsty, and then you find the fountain of water, Let's say you're in the desert and then you're almost about to die, man. And you see a fountain of water. It's like, let's say everywhere around you is just sand and you don't know where to go. And let's say you find this place where there's whatever fruit and trees, whatever you want. There's probably fishes in the water, in the fountain. And you find this place. You would probably want to stay there. And let's say there was enough of it for you to live off of it without knowing where you're supposed to go. Wouldn't you just want to stay there? This is the same. This world is the same. And Satan has been cast down onto this hand. So now you're in this desert, you found water, you found food, you got everything you need. You're about to die. If you go leave that place, you don't know where you're going. You might probably die. You might probably not find another place where you have everything you need. So you just stay there, right? And there's people everywhere lost also in the sand, but there's more enemies. Like when I mean more enemies, Satan has been cast down into the earth, so there's more demons, but there are other people also basically. It's like you're on a battlefield, and some people see it and some people don't see it, but the battlefield is there, and there's people out there in the desert without water, without food, and they're dying. So what Satan tries to do, or basically the fountain is your sea, right? That's going off inside of you, and it nurtures you, and it strengthens you, and it gives you peace of mind, confidence, you can aid in it. You have everything you need. There's no worries about it, and all you need really is God, and for you to be safe in yourself. So be grateful for that first. But let's get back. So there's enemies out there in the sand, the desert, whatever. There's out there in the desert, but there's so many of them, and we found here basically your place, right? So let's say this is your place, and you're taking care of it, right? Let's say you're eating enough of it. So you're right here, but everywhere is surrounded by these entities, and they want water. They're also dying. They're without God, and without God means basically everything opposite of God. Hatred, fear, lies. Oh man, so many things. And they're out there also in the desert. And besides that, their characters like all fraud, right? And they need this water, so they're basically trying to take it away, steal it. They're trying to kill you so that they could basically have it. And when I mean kill you, they want to kill you spiritually. Because in this desert, your spirit is basically there. either you strengthen your spirit or you let it be weakened by letting go of your seed. So this seed basically is your fountain where you're living off of it. But if you're basically throwing it away every time, bro, you're dead. Because this affects you every time you throw it away. This affects you mentally, spiritually, and physically. So your mind is screwed up. Now your spirit is screwed up. It's so weak. It's basically it's enslaved. They're taking away your water, and now you're in this desert and you're dying. And now you want to find a wife, but you're basically dying. Imagine you finding a wife when you're dying and she's dying. Oh man, like basically you're suffering from not having your nutrients, your water, all that. So if you hold on to your seed, it's content. It gives you life. It's like God made us basically self-rechargeable. I would say. So hold on to your seed because basically it's your life. Even in the Word of God, it says that there's life and that life is in the blood. Every time you throw out your seed, you're throwing away. I don't know how much pints of blood it would be equivalent, but one drop is 16 drops. So remember that life is in the blood, and you're basically throwing it away every day, bro. Literally, it's like the native area. Way too many times in my years, and you're dying. Basically, that's what you're basically doing. So you need to hold on to your seed because you need to be strong to fight these demons off. And remember, basically, it's not you by yourself. God is with you. Like, He's sustaining you. That's what it basically is. So you need to really have a commitment with God. And He's gonna change you. So you really become rare, and now you're rare. People are intrigued at you, but that doesn't mean we go to our first point. That just doesn't mean that people want to fuck you right away, or they want to talk to you, or they want to have a relationship with you. Eventually, if you have been working on yourself, yeah, it will come to a point where at first they'll be intrigued. At first they'll be intrigued, but yeah, once they get to know you, bro, since you've been working on yourself so much, now they want to really they get to know you, and your personality is basically out of this world, and they like it, and that doesn't mean that everybody's gonna like you, but yeah, most of the people are. When you're basically a man, taking care of yourself, taking care of your mind, your spirit, basically your health. Now you have water. Now you have a fountain inside of you, and it's like it's flowing out of you, man. And all these people out there in the desert, they see it, they feel it, they want to have some of it. And eventually, some women are gonna come to basically this place where you're at, to this fountain, and they're gonna want some of it. Some of them know that your spirit's too strong and they can't have it or have any of it because what they want to do is they want to dominate you and they want to control you. Who? Women. Most women want to control you. And I'm not saying that you're not gonna have find a wife and this and that. Yeah, there's women that actually don't want to control you, and sometimes Those that want to control you, they will come around you, but they know they can't get any water off of you, nothing off of you, and they hate it because they know that other people know that you have water, that you have life, that you have the living water, and that living water is basically Jesus Christ. You have it. And there's gonna be also those other women that basically don't want to control you, and they actually are intrigued to know you, and they get to know you, and they actually like you, and they know you have water. It's good to share because where your water is coming from is unlimited. God is unlimited. He's giving you everything that you need, all the energy that you need, and even to give on to the other people. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to share this energy. So let's say there's this beast, and it's basically it's like it has the ability to kill you, but it doesn't attack you. It actually does eventually come up to you, and it has strength to offer. It has refuge to offer you. We're going back to the desert from these enemies, and it has food and it has everything you need. That's what you're basically what you're supposed to be to the woman. Be that beast. Be that protector. Intrigue her. Be different. Be yourself. That's what it's basically is supposed to be. But you don't know how to be yourself until you really find yourself, and it's the journey. So when people call you and they see you, some of them are really gonna think that you're weird, and that's good. That means you're rare, buddy. Some other people are gonna think you're intriguing, and that's good because you're different. You're rare, and that's why people look at you. That's why people, man, everywhere I go, I see heads turning, and it's like, oh wow. And it's like even when I'm not, when they're looking, when they haven't even seen me, right? They haven't even seen me looking in their back, and I'm coming towards them, like from I say probably 20 feet away. No, not even. Uh, yeah, probably 20. I would say, yeah, 20 feet, about 20 feet away, right? The feeling my energy. And I'm not saying, like, let's say there's a group there, and I'm 20 feet away, and I'm going that way. They haven't seen me. All of them will turn their heads. And yeah, that's good. I have learned this. Doesn't mean that they don't want to fuck. It doesn't mean that they all want to have sex with you or talk to you. Some of them, yeah, like I'm telling you, they're gonna try to control you, but they know they can, so they're envious of you. Some of them are intrigued. They're like, "Oh, who is this person?" And some others are intrigued in the way, like, "Oh yeah, I'll do him right away." But not all of them. It just means that you're different, and that's good because now that you're different from all the other people, you could be who you are. You don't care what people think about you. You're above them because now you're in the spirit, and now you have wisdom, knowledge, counsel, might, understanding, because you're letting the spirit of God basically nurture you and then nurture the outside. So it's basically you're getting the essence of God He's recharging you. He's helping you grow, and that's the water himself. Because that's real life. So remember in the Word of God it says that He breathed air into man, or spirit into man. Your semen is basically nurturing your spirit. Your spirit is given life for the Spirit of God is giving you life right here, which is giving you knowledge and wisdom, confidence, vision, calmness of mind, perseverance, endurance, and He's nurturing your soul, your heart, your spirit is so strong that it can fend off those enemies. Basically, you're light, and there's darkness, and just the darkness flees away, and that's it. It's, that's why it says the battle does not belong to you, but it belongs to the Lord. Because the Spirit of God that is inside of you is making the matter work. God is. So I wanted to just take my thoughts out and give you this point of view. So we're gonna give thanks to our Father for all this energy, for all this grace, because He is awesome. He is above everything, and He's nurturing you, and you don't understand that, and it's really gonna change you. Like just stop, bro. If you can't, like I told you my experience, if you can't stop for a whole week, good. But get back up and get back up, and eventually it's gonna take longer and longer. But you need to really look for God, and this is what's really gonna change you. Like, don't do it because you want the girls. Don't do it because of so many things. Yeah, there are so many benefits, but do it basically for yourself. And if you have that fountain, like you need to understand this. If you have this fountain, everybody's gonna want to come near you. And like there's some people who are gonna have to stay out, and they will stay out, and that's fine. But you need to understand that not everybody is gonna want to fuck with you, and that's cool. It's also protecting you. It's also giving you a filter. The Spirit of God is filtering people away, and that's good. But it's also attracting things to you. Blessings. They're basically just attracted to the light, just like a bug is. A ladybug, mosquitoes. What if there's darkness around and there's a fire and there's always darkness around? People are gonna want to come to the light who really are supposed to be there. So they're gonna be attracted by God. So what is attracted by God? Love is attracted by God. Blessings is attracted by God. Spiritually, financially, in so many ways, God blesses you. And people are gonna want to bless you. And people are gonna want to give to you. And you are gonna be able to receive, not because of you, but because of God, because They're attracted to the light, and people are gonna want to give you their hearts. People are gonna want to give you themselves. That's how strong this is. And you need to do it for yourself. If you fall, get back up. Good, fine, let it go, and realize you can't do it by yourself. You need God. So just search for God when you actually need it. God bless you. And this is John Phoenix once again reporting live.